boy. Ooh! This snake is just able to deliver so much venom that the animal that gets bit goes into toxicity overload. This snake literally has one of the most powerful neurotoxic venoms on the planet that some people have been bitten and died within 15 minutes. Not even. Whoop! Gotta be real careful because this snake is a biter. It is said that if you get bit by this snake, not just are you at risk of dying, but their venom is so strong that it actually makes people start to trip out. Full-grown king cobra has the ability to actually inject enough venom to kill a bull elephant. Ooh, Baku! You want some chicken, Baku? Whoop. A little bit of leg. A little bit of leg. You want some? Uh-oh. We got a water bear coming in. Everyone watch out. Come on, get some food, Baku. Oh, bear, that's not for you. That chicken's not for you. What is going on, my beautiful people? Welcome back to my wildlife. I'm currently hanging out at the pond with my big bear dog and all these crazy Pacu, basically piranha, in the same family as piranha. These omnivorous fish come from the Amazon, and they get over 50 pounds. They're monsters. We'll throw some more chicken in there, see if they eat it. Look at this, they're so cool. I love these fish. And I love my bear dog, but I really love Bagoy. Let's give him a good flight. Let's get him to fly over. Got a little frozen thawed chicken right here I can give to him. Let's see how he does. Bagoy, good boy. Come, my boy. Ooh, the most beautiful owl. Oh, and a wet dog that you ever seen with your two eyeballs. Ooh, you're gonna take those eyeballs down, huh? Ooh, delicious. Beautiful Bagoy, the Eurasian eagle owl. Ooh, happy noises. All right, beautiful people, today we're going to be hitting the top 5 most deadly snakes in my serpentarium, specifically my collection. Let's go see what it is. Starting with Kevin the king cobra for number 5, most deadly snakes in the snake room. Now remember, we're not talking about every snake on the planet. We're not talking about random species. We're only applying this to the snakes actually here in the serpentarium that I own. So out of all these about 55 to 60 plus venomous reptiles we have in here, Kevin is in the top 5 most deadly snakes in this room. And it's not because he has the most toxic venom out of all these snakes. It's really just because of how much venom he's able to deliver when he bites down on something. Technically, drop for drop, a monocled cobra, which is much smaller, is actually way more venomous than a king cobra. The thing about the king cobra is its venom is potent. It is a neurotoxic venom, but it's not as deadly as these other cobras and lapids and whatnot. This snake is just able to deliver so much venom that the animal that gets bit goes into toxicity overload. Literally, they're able to dump a shot glass of venom into their prey or into a potential predator. It has been said that a full-grown king cobra has the ability to actually inject enough venom to kill a bull elephant. And obviously, I am a dwarf compared to a bull elephant. So when we're talking about the deadliest snakes in the room, even though Kevin is not the most potent snake in here, he still has the capability of putting a full-grown man into a coffin, and probably a lot more than just one full-grown man. Ooh, relax, nice and easy, don't bite me in the leg. We're good. Not just does he have the second largest venom yield of any venomous reptile, the king cobra is the longest venomous reptile on the planet. Well respected amongst venomous reptile handlers, zookeepers, and all-around people. Even if you don't work with these reptiles, you can see that this is a respectable animal, just like a lion, tiger, or crocodile. So that's why Kevin made it to the top 5 for most deadly snakes in the snake room. If you get bit, there's not a good chance you're gonna survive. When a king cobra hunts, they bite down, they pit bull grab their food, they contort, they death roll like a crocodile, and then that animal gets disorientated, the venom takes over, and they swallow it whole. These guys are the kings of all snakes. They eat other snakes, including other cobras. Even though they're not considered a true cobra, they are in the same family, and they have that magnificent hood, just like your average cobra. These guys feed on some of the most deadly snakes on the planet, and they get massive. So that's why Kevin is in the top 5 most deadly snakes in the serpentarium. Let's move on to number 4. Love you, buddy. Woo. 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 All right, guys, this snake is a snake that I really need to be careful with. This right here is the Papuan black snake. What looks like a simple black racer, something that you wouldn't think is deadly, just a non-venomous rat snake, This is actually one of the most deadly snakes, drop for drop, in the serpentarium and on the planet. This snake shares the same family as the king brown from Australia, the red-bellied black snake, and the Colette snake, which is another highly venomous snake we have in the snake room. But out of all the different family members, of what's called Pseudechis, this is the family it comes from, this is the most toxic drop for drop in that family. This snake literally will bite down onto a prey item, and that prey item will die within 20 seconds, not even. Woo! Gotta be real careful because this snake is a biter. This snake has literally just bitten inanimate objects and chewed venom into it. Not a snake to be handled lightly. Ooh, gotta watch out. This snake will just chew on my knee, no problem. This is a neurotoxic snake, and about every snake that we talk about for the top 5 are gonna be neurotoxic snakes. Neurotoxic venom is the most powerful venom on the planet. Literally shuts down your body, you're not able to breathe on your own, and your brain eventually shuts down. That's what makes these snakes so dangerous. They just have such a powerful, powerful venom. And this snake being from one of the toughest places on the planet, Papua New Guinea, makes it such a tough survivor and have such potent venom. He shares the land with the taipan, the Papuan taipan, which is another deadly, dangerous snake. But this snake is just so toxic, so athletic, it is to be treated just like a taipan from Papua New Guinea. That's why the snake made top 4. Ooh, trying to poop on me right now? That's why this snake made the top 4 most deadly snakes in the snake room. It's not just one of the most deadly snakes on the planet, it's a rarity as well. It's a snake you don't see common. You don't see common outside of Papua New Guinea. And it's a pleasure to have this animal here on display. Let's move on to number 3. Get this plain black snake back where it belongs before I get bit. We're moving on to the notorious, infamous black mamba. I'm gonna gently just go in there with my snake hook. Gently, gently, gently pull the snake out, and you're gonna notice she is a beast. Black mambas are the 2nd longest venomous snake on the planet. A male black mamba gets much bigger than a female, and they have the capability to get 14 feet long, a massive, monstrous venomous snake. And this girl is roughly about 10 feet long, and she is a beast of a black mamba. Look at her. What an incredible animal. This snake literally has one of the most powerful neurotoxic venoms on the planet that some people have been bitten and died within 15 minutes. That is insane. And it always depends on where you get bit by a snake for it to affect you a certain way. So if you get bit intravenous, meaning into the veins, into the arteries, and it travels faster, you're more likely to die faster. If you get bit in a fatty tissue area, the venom doesn't travel as fast. But black mamba, long front fixed fangs, an extremely powerful neurotoxic venom, and the athleticism that allows this snake to bite you wherever it wants. This snake can fling back and bite me right on the nose. This snake can fling back, bite me on the chest, and this snake is known to do things like that. Not specifically this individual, but the snake as a species as a whole has been known to be an extreme athlete, biting people in areas that are not to be expected, and that's why this snake is in the top 3 for most deadly snakes in the serpentarium. All over the world, when it comes to venomous reptiles, this would be considered the most dangerous, but we're talking about toxicity and lethality. So, with the mamba, this is in the top 3 most deadly snakes in the serpentarium. Ooh, I gotta be real careful. She's coming towards me. She's not happy. Let's try and get her back in the enclosure nice and smooth. Ooh, big black mamba, look at you. Ooh, don't bite me, come on. Be nice, be nice. Your enclosure's right there. No reason to dilly-dally. Come on. Oh, you're going after me, huh? Let's redirect you. Come on. Right there. Beautiful black mamba. What a beast. Number 2, the death adder. This is the common death adder. There's a few species out there, but this species specifically comes straight from Australia. Australia is home to some of the deadliest snakes on the planet, and of course the death adder calls that place home. Literally, this guy has to be so fast at striking because he hunts lizards in the outback using his ambush techniques, actually using this tail as a lure. They take this tail and they wiggle it like a grub, and they get little skinks and lizards to come over and bite down on that tail, and therefore that snake bites down onto them. This snake is not just the fastest striking snake on the planet, but it's in the top 10 most venomous snakes on the planet, probably top 5 as well. This snake has such a powerful neurotoxic venom because it's in the Elapidae family. Now, you look at this snake and you hear its name adder, you're gonna think that it's a viper, but it's not. Even though it's got the shape of a viper, it's even got the head shape of a viper. people would assume that this is some sort of viper species. It has adder in the name, why not? But this is actually in the same family as your mambas, king cobras, and brown snakes from Australia. This snake is a front fixed fanged elapid with one of the most powerful neurotoxic venoms on the planet. And they can get just a bit bigger than this. Usually these snakes can be a bit calm, not when they're in hunting mode. They'll bite anything that comes into contact with them. So if you look at this snake, you'll see it's got an amazing coloration, easy to camouflage with its terrain, red rocky terrain, spinifex grass, and they'll hide with just their little head poking out and wiggling that tail, waiting for some sort of lizard to come by, or a small bird, maybe even a small rodent or marsupial. So this snake made it to the top 2 most venomous snakes, most deadly snakes in the snake house. It is said that if you get bit by this snake, not just are you at risk of dying, but their venom is so strong that it actually makes people start to trip out. It makes people feel like they're on some sort of hallucinogenic trip. And some people who've been bitten were actually upset that they got anti-venom and came out of that hallucinogenic high from the snake's venom. But if they weren't given anti-venom, their body would shut down and they would die. So in the end, they're very thankful. This snake literally can shut down your whole body and you cease to breathe on your own. You would need to get intubated, which means a tube gets put down your throat, and they would have to breathe for you at the hospital until the anti-venom works and you're able to come out of it. So that's why this snake is in the top 2 most deadly snakes in the Serpentarium here at Chandler's Wild World. Such an amazing snake, and one of my personal favorites when it comes to venomous reptiles, especially being an Australian snake. And number 1, the deadliest snake in the snake house. This is the inland taipan. Drop for drop, the deadliest snake in the Serpentarium, but not just that, the whole entire world. This is number 1 for the planet. This snake has the most powerful neurotoxic venom out of any land snake. And some would say that the sea snake could potentially be more venomous than the taipan, because the testing system for taipans versus sea snakes, land snakes versus aquatic snakes, is much different. They use different test subjects. Fish versus mice, it works a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, this is drop for drop the deadliest land snake on our planet. The inland taipan is a part of the Oxyuranus family. Papuan taipans, coastal taipans, inland desert taipans, woo, hoo, hoo, hoo. And of course the inland taipan. This species has woo, hoo, hoo, hoo. This snake is drop for drop the deadliest. A well-respected snake, also nicknamed by locals in Australia the fierce snake because of how fierce they truly are. But what's incredible is, even though this is the deadliest snake drop for drop on the planet, this snake hasn't killed anyone out in the wild. The only people who get bit by these snakes are people that work with these snakes in zoological foundations or trying to catch them out in the wild because they're enthusiasts for these beautiful animals. This snake wants nothing to do with the human race. This snake just wants to hunt throughout the black soil plains in Australia looking for rats and small reptiles that it can consume and overpower with their deadly neurotoxic venom. The best thing to remember from these videos is that no matter how deadly a snake could potentially be, these snakes want nothing to do with the human race. They want nothing to do with us. They're important for our ecosystems, and they're animals that we should respect just as much as a panda bear or a giraffe. I love my snakes. I love my deadly reptiles. So number 1, inland taipan, most venomous in the room, drop for drop. So there you have it. Top 5 deadliest snakes in our Serpentarium here at Chandler's Wild World. And one thing that I want you guys to understand, about this top 5 and this snake room in general, this Serpentarium, these snakes are not personal pets. I've been working with venomous reptiles since I was a young child, and I've worked very hard to earn the permits that you have to have here in Florida to own these animals and use them for education. I would never say a taipan, a king cobra, a black mamba. I would never say any of these snakes are considered pets. These snakes are educational ambassadors, and they're here for us to learn from and for us to fall in love. I love these animals. I hope you guys love them too. I will see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, don't forget to check us out on Patreon for exclusive content so you can get some extra bits, and check us out on the Chandler's Wildlife website so you can get your own hoodie, get your own merch, represent, and help with the build out of this beautiful facility. We're gonna be moving on soon, getting the drywall done very soon, getting the walls painted, and of course the massive king cobra enclosures, massive black mamba enclosures. Everything's getting upgraded. All these beautiful venomous reptiles are gonna have the best setups. So if you guys like this video, like, subscribe, and comment below what you guys wanna see next. We made this video because somebody commented a while ago, Do the top 5 most deadly snakes you own. And now we're doing it. And most of all, stay beautiful, stay safe, and follow your dreams. Stay passionate about what you guys love. I love my reptiles, and I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. And this species has, woo